Hello, everyone. This is the greatest travel podcast in the universe. I'm your host, Fraser Laveay, and today I'm telling you that you need to go to Big Bear, California this summer. Why? It's going to be a pretty short podcast. I just was thinking of like stuff to do in the summer, and it is incredible. I mean, I just did a podcast about why to collect memories and travel the world and not things. So if you're thinking about, oh, I'm just going to drink in a club this weekend, or I'm just going to party with my friends, blah, 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 save your money on that and just go to Big Bear. It's pretty easy to get to, a few hours from LA. It's drivable from Phoenix, San Diego, Las Vegas, I'm sure other places. And it really blew my mind. I was there last summer, and it was one of my favorite places in the United States. It was just the perfect mountain, like ski hill town. So obviously you can go there to ski and snowboard in the winter. But the town itself was like the perfect quintessential town. It had great restaurants. It had cool little country and dive bars, immaculate restaurants. A couple of my favorite restaurants in the United States, actually. Great hikes. One of my favorite hikes in the US is there. Just gorgeous views of the lake down below. There is a lake per the name. So you can do all the water activities, fishing, rent a boat, paddleboard, all that lake nonsense. Great for the kids. You know, the little beach there. Sunset's gorgeous. And yeah, it's just some places just have a feeling, you know? It's just like, oh, I love it here. It's like almost like when you watch Yellowstone, you're like, ah, that seems like nice. Aside from Casey killing everyone in every episode, and Tate having PTSD for the rest of his life, and Beth being a real jerk. Take out all the death and negativity, and you're just like, oh, I would like it there. That's Big Bear. So I don't want to say there isn't death there. There could be. I haven't ran any data on it, or data, depending how you pronounce it, or if you're an asshole and just want to correct me. But yeah, I will give you a few places to go real quick and things to do. I kind of gave you the cliff notes. I just want this, if you're just listening, I want you to just go to Big Bear because I think you should. And yeah, so the hike is Castle Rock. And then you can even hike up to the Bluff Lake Reservoir for a little picnic, or to rest and hang out. So the Bluff Lake Reserve adds an extra 2.5 miles to the trip, but Castle Rock isn't the longest hike and hardest hike. It is, I would say, not super hard, like medium hard. And Bluff Lake is just a little lake with a marsh and meadow, but that's cool stop if you have the energy. You can drive up there if you want to, but then you're not hiking, are you? The Castle Rock hike is a little tough in the beginning, but then, gets steeper. Other great hikes in the area, Gray's Peak Trail, Pine Knot Trail, and Cougar Crest Trail. The only one relatively as nice as Castle Rock is Gray's Peak Trail, but it's a lot harder. It's 6.9 miles round trip. So if you want something a little bit less, stay with Castle Rock. It is, let me give you some quick info. Actually, you can just go to my website, inspiretravel.com, to see more info on the hike. I don't want to bore you. Restaurants, it's in my top 5. Everything's also very close in Big Bear. So they've got let me go back to the food. The food was a big reason to go. And the little dive bars, wine overlooking the lake. It's just so peaceful. I mean, if you just want a weekend of just peace, go for a hike, grab a glass of wine on the beach. They have a concert series you can go to and check out as well. So check those out. You can get tickets in advance. They have this venue there that does a bunch of concerts in the summer. But yeah, on the food side, it's like, oh, I want an amazing home-style breakfast diner. They have that, 2 of them. You want a place with a burger and live music and a beer? Done. An amazing deli with like fresh, incredible sandwiches. with a line out the door because that's how good they are. Got it. A local coffee roasting company roasts coffee there. Have it. You betcha. Sunday fun day, mimosas brunch at kind of like a contemporary, cool place, trendy place. Boom. Smoothie and acai bowls. Easy. Asian options, multiple and beyond. There is just something for the entire weekend of just relaxing, a few cocktails, glasses of wine. I love it. So let me tell you these places. Also, my pug's dead now, but I had my pug. I guess this is 2 years ago. But it's really dog friendly. My dog could go basically everywhere. So, where to eat, real quick. The best restaurant with a view, Santana Mavericks Bar and Grill. It's so tough between this one and Oakside are my two favorite. They're immaculate. Great views. And then I go back and forth which one I like more. If you want more fine dining, go to Oakside. If you want more relaxed, go to Santana. What put Santana just a little bit higher than Oakside for me was as a little bit more casual and had tons of patio room. And they also have the largest menu ever. And typically when a large place has a large menu, I call it the macaroni grill effect. All the food is terrible. Or a yard house effect. Pick your poison. The macaroni grill, Cheesecake Factory. The Cheesecake Factory effect. Cheesecake Factory has a million things on their menu and none are good. Because you just can't do that. You can't have all these ingredients and expect to have good stuff. Yeah, it doesn't happen. But Santana and Mavericks nailed every single dish. I would give everything a 9 out of 10 or above. And I ate seafood there, Mexican food, pasta, breakfast, and it was decently priced. I mean, you're overlooking the lake on a gorgeous patio, and it was standard pricing, not California mountain town, LA pricing. It was good. And then there's Oakside. I think it might be the best restaurant in Big Bear Lake, but I go back and forth. And then I look at the pictures, I'm like, oh, it definitely was the best. It just screams the mountain, the ski hill, with a fire pit, decor, some of the best food ever. Their calamari is one of the best things I've ever had. And I like calamari, but not like it's life changing, right? We've all had calamari. Theirs was the best calamari I've ever had. Their steak and lobster, perfect. Pasta was amazing. I had their French dip for lunch, and it was one of the best French dips I've ever had, if not the best French dip I've ever had. I think it was. That one, there's also one in Phoenix I love at a golf course. I can't think of what it's called right now. Papago Golf Course. It's like the restaurant off of that. Anyways, semantics. They also have an Unreal cocktail list. It has everything. So experiment with all the cocktails. Giant menu, something for every taste. So it's nice. It's kind of like a fine dining with a bar and grill. So sure, you can have steak and lobster, but you also have French dip or a burger, and their burgers are unreal. Everything's just great. So there's food for everyone. Don't be worried. You bring the kids some places and all they have is oysters and stuff like that. No, not here. Here you can get it all for your kids and yourself. The best breakfast in Big Bear Lake. I'm going to go through some food. But is there anything else I can tell you about Big Bear Lake? No, let's go through some food. I told you why you have to go. Go for a relaxing, peaceful place. And now these are the places to eat and drink and have coffee and the best experience aside from the hikes. It's just a great, peaceful place. I think I've said that 10 times, but you have to go. The Teddy Bear Restaurant in Big Bear Lake. Oh my God. It could be also the best restaurant in Big Bear. It has a giant menu, so many unique options. They have like a famous cinnamon cornbread, which I don't like cornbread. This stuff, miraculous. This entire restaurant takes like a regular breakfast place and adds a cape to it with some fireworks. That's how good this breakfast place is. That's why I love Big Bear, I think, is just it has some incredible hikes and some of the best restaurants I've ever had in the entire country, if not the world. Just quintessential, quaint, perfect little town, some good like little shops. It's great I've said that over and over. They have all your favorites at Teddy Bear, but then they have all your favorites with more flavor and things like brown sugar glazed bacon. So they have regular bacon, but then they also have brown sugar glazed bacon, which was immaculate. Homemade bread, O'Brien's home fries, which it's just home fries, but O'Brien's. I guess just add more alcohol to them. I don't know. They're great. And worth repeating, the cinnamon cornbread, next level. They just miss an espresso machine. They just have a coffee maker, like old school, which makes sense. They're old school. But I have a baby palate and I wanted a nice mocha latte, which they didn't have. It's fine. Everything's fine. A great pub, the 572 Social Kitchen Lounge. It's just the perfect live music every night, fire pits, perfect ski hill ambiance, a burger, grab a pint, boom, done. Amangela's Sandwich and Bagel House. If you want incredible sandwiches, fresh, incredible bread, meats, bagels, breakfast, lunch, build your own, weird, unique coffees, cool alcohol drinks and cocktails. Again, a great place to go. Sunday brunch, like a younger, fun ambiance. Stella Luna. It's kind of like a trendy little spot. Great patio, contemporary decor, solid cocktail list. Definitely the Sunday fun day, mimosa, Bloody Mary, some music. Great little spot. Big Bear Coffee Roasting Company is like it sounds, a coffee roasting company, and they roast coffee. It was the coolest coffee shop I've ever been to, I think. One of them. It's tough now. I've been to a few that actually are pretty cool since. And the owner didn't even know who I was. Not like I am anyone, but I only say this like he didn't know I was there because I wanted to write an article that would include his place. And he took me on a little tour and explained about the business, and then like showed me all the different kinds of beans that he imports to roast and from where and how you can buy them and how he roasts them. You can buy them. And then he made my drink, which is the most basic drink on earth, like an iced mocha latte. And he asked if I needed to make any changes to the drink after he made it. When does that ever happen in a coffee shop? Normally you get coffee and they tell you to shut the hell up and you take it and they spell your name wrong on the cup. No, this guy was like, "Oh, I'll change the coffee for you." What? This adds to the cachet of this place. I loved it. And yeah, so they have coffee. I'm just reading my notes from places like Sumatra, Brazil, Peru, all over, and you can buy it as well. They also sell CBD and other natural products. Got to stop there. They also have a place called Grizzly Manor Cafe, the second best breakfast in Big Bear Lake. It could easily be your number one favorite over Teddy Bear. It's a tiny little place. I don't know, like 10 tables, 12 tables. You have to wait a little bit to get in, obviously. It's almost like a dive bar, but like a breakfast place. Just like a quaint, tiny town breakfast place. It's so cool. It's just like you're traveling back in time. Like I said, it's like the Yellowstone without the murder. And the wait wasn't too bad. It's just an all-American breakfast, no frills, bacon, eggs, get some French toast in you, and you just have to go. It's a perfect little town. They also have like a quick food cafe crepe, espresso and creperie. So if you just want a quick coffee and a crepe, bang, they have a drive-through where you walk up to the window. They have dog meals, seasonal teas, every kind of coffee drink. Perfect. It's like this quintessential place should be replicated everywhere. So I love it. They all smoothies, go to Fusion. That's simple. They have really great things, avocado toast, all that kind of stuff. Peppercorn is a people's favorite, they say. I just don't think the food is significantly any better than Oakside or Santana, and the other two come with a view. And they also had the worst service ever there. We were never given water when we were there, and we were there for an hour and a half, and I had an empty drink for 35 minutes. I also can't stand restaurants everywhere. I can't stand if you won't sit people if their whole party isn't there. It's rude, number one, and it's dumb for your bottom line. Because my plan when I got there was to order drinks for everyone. So when they arrived, they had a cocktail waiting for them. So I've already spent $100. more. I think there was like 6 or 7 of us. $16 a drink. That's $150, $175 that you've already made. Restaurant. People arrived. Boom, there's a drink. Suck that down. And now you're off to the races. They've already drank quicker. They're going to drink more because they've drank faster. They'll order some appetizers. It starts a tab. It gets the money early for you. Yet, not only did I have to wait for 2 out of our 7 who were running late, so 5 of us sat around there like idiots, outside, hungry, thirsty. Then it also took 25 minutes for our first round to come. It's the dumbest thing on earth. So with that said, Peppercorn, you're out. I feel bad. Maybe it was just a once in a blue moon thing and it was a bad server. But, the other places didn't have a bad server. And you get one shot with me, Peppercorn, and you blew it. You get more than one shot with me. I'm just kidding. But you did blow it. There's a Himalayan restaurant, which is cool. Again, this place just has so many unique, cool things. I love it. I think I've said I love it 15 times now. I didn't have a chance to go to the Himalayan restaurant, but I guess they even put on a show. But it didn't make the list because it was indoors. And there was so many places outdoors with patios and sunsets that I just skipped being indoors for the Himalayan restaurant. Oh, I have a do not eat at Boneyard Bar and Grill. Food was awful. Oh, I remember that. I'm not picky and I ate it, but it's not good. So before you go to Boneyard, go to every other place I just listed. If you forget this, you can go to inspiretravel.com. In a little search menu, Big Bear, you'll see the best restaurants, hikes. But yeah, it's a great place to go just for a romantic weekend, a family weekend, a travel by yourself weekend, a few friends for some casual hikes, drinks, and dinner. Affordable, great spot. Go there, Big Bear. Hopefully I didn't waste. It was only 17 minutes. That's all you had to listen on why to go to Big Bear. I just had to tell you the foods, the tastes, the reasons I love Big Bear so much. InspireTravelWeek.com. This is the greatest travel podcast in the universe. Probably. Maybe. I hope. Later.